Good afternoon and welcome to 30th Street Park here in beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for this afternoon's game between the New Ohio Debonairs and the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. At this time, I'd like to introduce the starting lineup and batting order of the visiting New Ohio Debonairs. Batting first, the second baseman, number 20, Turf Tamber. Batting second, the third baseman, number 13, Quincy Longpants. Batting third, the first baseman, number 10, Loud Juice Kendrick. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 15, Ped Wingner. Batting fifth, the center fielder, number 18, Chud Tater. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 2, Jake Steakhouse. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 14, Dudley Zuencastle. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 24, Dimples Bugby. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 6, Red Anger. And Brown Trousers fans, let's make some noise for your home team, the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. Here they are as they take the field for this afternoon's game. The right fielder, number 11, Hogue Wilson. The center fielder, number 48, Grief Barlow. The third baseman, number 17, Chunk Dimwitty. The first baseman, number 2, Murky Goodbar. The catcher, number 10, Trant Sovin. The second baseman, number 12, Pickles Dillhoffel. The left fielder, number 6, Willie Pregnant. The shortstop, number 4, Mickey Lice. And taking the mound today, the starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, number 54, Moose Massage. Good afternoon, and a happy 4th of July to you. Happy Independence Day as we celebrate here on July 4th, 1920, from beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the birthplace of America, as many do say. We're here at 30th Street Park. My name is Mutton Curtis. You're listening to Radio WIP for some 4th of July baseball between the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, 21 and 19, taking on the league-leading New Ohio Debonairs, 7 games adrift at 28 and 12. Turf Tamber with a leadoff single to get things started. Moose Massage on the hill today, 4-4, an ERA of 3.18. Had a very slow start to the season, but Mr. Massage has really come into his own. I believe he leads the league in strikeouts. He has 45 going into today's game from 10 games played. He will get another one by striking out Quincy Longpants. However, it is, while that happens, Turf Tamber does steal second base to make that 46 strikeouts for Mr. Massage. To get Loud Juice Kendrick to pop that up into the air in foul territory. Trant Sovin is in today for Ding Low at catcher. Ding Low had to come out yesterday's game, a losing effort from the Philadelphia Brown Trousers due to a minor injury. Doesn't look like anything serious, but resting a bit today, and that's going to end up in fair territory. Chunk Dinwiddie makes the throw to Murky Goodbar to leave one on and retire the side. That was Ped Wigner grounding out for out number 3. So, the Aces are having it today with Red Anger on the hill, on the mound today for the New Ohio Debonairs. He's 3-2 with a 4.44 ERA. He's going to get Hogue Wilson popping up to Jake Steakhouse for the first out. He pitches into the 8th inning typically. He's got 71 innings pitched in 10 games, so that's a nice easy way to do a bit of math for you. His whip is 123, which is quite good as well. He's going to get Grief Barlow to ground out, this time to Turf Tamber, throw to Kendrick in time. And Chunk Dimwitty does not have any better luck. He hits it right to Jake Steakhouse for a 1-2-3 inning for the Brown Trousers. So through one already. And the pitchers have given up a collective 1 hit. Of course, that hit to Turf Tamber to start things off. So Chud Tater batting .318 this season for the Debonairs is facing a 3-1 count on Moose Boston. Gets him to pop it up into the air. Should be a chase down by Greek Barlow. Gets the catch for out number 1. And brings us to Jake Steakhouse. Well, Steakhouse is not been a bit inconsistent, but as of late he's been a bit better. He's batting 264 on the season. It's been a bit better for him. He batted 298 when he was a Memphis Mud Pig earlier this year. So perhaps he just needs to find his swinging ways, but he is on a good team to be surrounded by strong batsmen. My goodness, the Debonairs are certainly that. Full count on Steakhouse, and he's going to walk as that final pitch was high, and Steakhouse did not bite on it, as it were. Batting 7th for the Debonairs in right field is W. Zuencastle. Giving a bit of rest to it was Carrick Burns, who's usually found in right field. Going to get him swinging on that one. That's strikeout number 2 from Mr. Moose Marsic. And up comes Dimples Bugby, the catcher. Fouls off the first pitch. Lets strike 2 go by. Fouls that one behind the behind home plate. Off pitch is high for ball 1. Swings again, fouls, so he's making good contact. And that's going to drop into shallow left field, and it's going to be a single right to Willie Pregnant. I swear, Mickey Lice. Don't tell Mickey Lice that he can't get to a ball when he's fielding it. He was diving as if he was thinking he was going to make an amazing catch with that. I think you have to be a little bit taller than the average human being to do that, as Red Anger is going to load the bases with a single right up the middle to center field for Tough Tamba, who hits 588 with runners in scoring position. His regular average is 372. This is a reason to be a bit concerned if you're a Philadelphia Brown trouser fan, as he fouls off that one for strike 1, 2-1 the count. Big swing on that one for strike 2. Smashes that one. It's going to go foul, but it does go with some distance. And he's going to strike him out looking. Well, stranding 3 against a man who bats so highly with runners in scoring position is a bit of a thing to celebrate, and this crowd knows that they got out of that one in a big way. Starting things off is Murky Goodball. What a diving catch by Chubb Tater. I must say that catch is worth a salt, which is why it's brought to you by Salt, the seasoning craze that is being found all across the nation. You can find it in your groceries, your delicatessens, and on menus nationwide. Just find the packaging in your grocery with the deer on it, and that is how you know you are getting the freshest salt that you can season your food with. Salt, you can try it on anything. Found wherever salt is sold. So Pickles Dillhoffel going to get things started with a single with 2 outs and bring up Willie Pregnant. Pickles Dillhoffel batting 443. Goodness me, and Punsley Fair is usually taking the spot at second base. I think Pickles Dillhoffel has a case to be made that he might be finding his way into this side a little bit more frequently. Pregnant hits that one into the glove of Tater to strand 1 and retire the side. So after 2, Philadelphia get their first hit of the game, but it is still scoreless into the top of the 3rd with Red Anger back on, Moose Marsic back on the mound. Faces Quincy Longpants for a second time, and that is going to be a 1-pitch ground out right to Murky Goodbar. Brings us to Loud Juice Kendrick, batting 322. Pops it high into the air. That should be an easy catch for Willie Pregnant. He sort of has to a bit of a communication thing. I think he didn't really necessarily shout loud enough for Greek Barlow to back off of him on that one, but nonetheless it works. And Ped Wingner smashes that one, but it may not have the distance. And that one is all Barlow right into his glove. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Debonairs. I don't want to do any sort of bad luck, sort of hexing here, but In yesterday's game, Ted Wingner was kept very quiet despite the Debonairs finding their offense in other ways. So far, he is 0 for 2. That is a good thing. Bruce Marset, I think, is one of the best pitchers to put up against him. However, there's still Red Anger on the mound, who strikes out Mickey Lice, bringing us to Moose Marset himself. 3 hits in his 25 at-bats, 1 RBI, so we're not expecting a ton from him, but he has the ability to bat. Takes a 1-2 count from Red Anger. And that's just Mike drop. That's going to drop for a single, potentially a second base. And that is double number 1 for the season. Moose Marset is on with an extra base hit. So 1 out, we go to the top of the order. It's Hogue Wilson. He did 0 for 1 today. Going to pop that one high up into the air. Be an easy catch. Turf Tamba drops his way back into the shallow center field and makes the catch for out number 2. Reep Barlow is batting .287 this season. .333 with runners in scoring position. Makes contact 91% of the time. Foul for a 1-2 count. 2 outs. Bottom of the 3rd. Swings late at that one, and it's a strikeout for Anger, his second strikeout of the game, strikeout number 35 for him this season, and it retires the side. So we're done with 3, with no score in this one, and Chud Tater taking the plate to start at the top of the 4th. You're listening to Radio WIP, the sounds of Philadelphia. My name is Mutton Curtis. I guess I am one of the sounds of Philadelphia here on this beautiful Independence Day, 1920. And Moose Marset gets strikeout number 4 of the game, getting Chud Tater looking. So Marset has thrown 4 strikeouts so far and faces Jake Steakhouse, who walked in the 2nd inning. No score as the New Ohio Debonairs, who lead the Continental League at a record of 28-12, taking on the Philadelphia Brown Trousers, who are 21-19, 7 games behind. The Brown Trousers, of course, sit in a tie for 3rd place. And my goodness me, well, that's another strikeout from Moose Marset, getting Jake Steakhouse and his Dudley Zeuenkastel. Brown Trousers are 7 games back in tied for 3rd with New York, who are playing Pittsburgh later today. And goodness, if they could close the gap and put some losses on the record of the New Ohio Debonairs, that would make this the second half of the season a bit more interesting, because we hit the halfway point after tomorrow's games. And of course on the mound again for Philadelphia tomorrow is Jeffety Rims. Unstoppable. Zeuenkastel hits it high and far off the wall. It's just barely didn't clear the wall. And he's on with a stand-up double to keep things going for the Debonairs, with Dimples Bugby, who had a single in the 2nd. Does not make good contact. It's a right to Marset. Throw to Goodbar in time, stranding Zeuenkastel and keeping this a scoreless game into the bottom of the 4th. Chunk Dimwitty batting .371. 7 home runs, 19 RBIs. He's kind of replaced Bent Wildly as the go-to 3rd baseman lately. He's going to hit down on the bounce right to Quincy Longpants, and the throw is in time to allow Juice Kendrick put out number 1. There's Murky Goodbar, for 1 today. Pops it up into the air, and it's going to be short of the warning track. Ted Wingner making the catch for out number 2. And here is Trant Sobin, going to get that one airborne as well into the glove on the first pitch to Ted Wingner, man who has become the backup catcher for the Brown Trousers. Records the 3rd out, and Anger will go right to bat. He'll basically handed his batting gloves and his bat and his batsman's helmet. Swings at strike 2 for Red Anger. Pops it up into the air. Should be easily played by Sobin. Gets the catch for out number 1 in foul territory. Top of the 5th. The score is still 0-0 in what is becoming a pitcher's duel so far. Tough Tamba does not make good contact. Masic chases it down, flips it up to Gurbar, and that's out number 2. Bring us to the 0-2 Quincy Longpants. He's going to hit it on the first pitch, right to Chunk Dinwiddie at third base. Throw is well in time, and that will retire the sides, bring us to the bottom of the 5th. No score in this one. Even hitting is coming at a premium, 4 hits to 2 in favor of the Debonairs, but again, that is not the score that we use. The score is still 0-0. Pickles Dillhoffel, batting 443. He's only played 31 games. I don't understand why he's not coming in more often, but they tend to go for fielding, and he's going to strike out looking. So he was on with a single. He's got one of the 2 hits from Philadelphia, but he strikes out for the first out of this game, of this inning, excuse me. You know the count on Willie Pregnant. Hits it right to Red Anger. Throw to Kendrick for an easy out number 2. And Mickey Lice, who's batting 225, the shortstop, fielding general of the brown trousers, swings at strike 1. It's that and foul. That's also the thing. I'm looking at the pitch count right now. 41 pitches, almost through the entirety of 5 innings. That's going to be pitch number 42, and Winger's going to try to chase it down. Does not get there. It slides himself into the dirt. So he gets himself dirty for no real good reason at that time. But the next pitch is a swinging strikeout for Mickey Lice. That is strikeout number 4 for Red Anger. That's the thing. He's getting them out. He's making short work of these batsmen. While Moose Masic has 65 pitches after 5 innings, Red Anger has just hit 40 in the last inning. So Masic has to work his pitches a little bit more, but he's still getting them to 0-2 count, right to Dinwiddie. And he gets Loud Juice Kendrick, bring up Ped Wingner. Wingner's statistics will scare anyone. A 4.11 average, 16 home runs, 39 RBIs. He grounds out on the first pitch to Murky Goodbar. And right behind him is Chud Tatum. Steakhouse's spot, I believe. But Tater batting 5th, and he's right behind him with 35 RBIs and 15 home runs. So Wingner is pretty soon not even Wingner's not even close to leading this team in home runs as much anymore, as the wealth is being shared by the Debonairs. But I don't think they care as long as the wins keep loading up. And that is a popped up into foul territory, 3rd out. Bring us to the bottom of the 6th. And Moose Masic. He has been just unstoppable from the mound. He had a hit at his first at bat. He's going to pop that up for out number 1. Red Anger with the catch. Out number 2, Ho Wilson grounding it out. It's going to be Greet Barlow on with a single with 2 outs, so there's a bit of life into the offense of the brown trouser batting. 2-0 for Chunk Dinwiddie. Runner on first. He's got a 2-1 count. Swings at that one. Is it going to find the gap? No. Tamba chases it down, and that is out number 3. So we're through 6 and still no score in this one. One and 2 count as Masic faces Jake Steakhouse, who's going to single it right up the middle. That's Steakhouse's first hit of the game. yesterday. They actually walked the steakhouse intentionally late in the game. He was that locked in. Attempting to steal, and that's going to help move him to second as it gets, well, it's going to keep him at second as the contact from W. Zuencastle is not a good one. It's just enough to clear the infield. But that will do it for Moose Marsic. Moose Marsic's day is up through 6 innings. Here comes Vip Cray Cray.
Right.
Vip Cray Cray, a former Norfolk pole hopper, faces Dimples Bugby and gets him striking out. So again, from 37 innings pitched, that is strikeout number 15 for Vip Cray Cray. 1 out to Murky Goodbar, Lice all the way to Cray Cray, up and sit down to end the inning. Well, that is how you get out of a bit of a jam and you stop these Debonairs from getting right into it. The pitcher hitting into a double play, Fancy Dan, brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. Right, their assortment of hair-based elixirs and tonics, such as their hair lubricants, their gelatin-based tonics, of course, and their crimping powder, styling salves, and sculpting epoxy. So don't be a Mitchell, be a Fancy Dan. Murky Goodbar gets the first out by grounding out there. He is not having the best of days. Norris Tront Soven 0 for 2 today. Pickett 0 for 3. He's going to ground it right to Red Anger. Throw in time. Thank goodness for the first. I mean, there's not been a lot of hits as it's going to be Pickles Dillhofer grounding out, and he's one of the few hits of the game. So another 1-2-3 inning for Red Anger. It's not even looking like he looks tired out there as we head to the top of the 8th, and here's Turf Tamba facing Vip Cray Cray.
Right.
1-1 the count. Top of the 8th, Vip Cray Cray, bit of an anus scratch to relieve the nerves and perhaps give his fingers a little bit more grip on that ball. 2-2 the count with that one up high for ball 2. Tamba is very dangerous. That is just outside for ball 3. This crowd does not seem to like that one. That is foul yet again. Cray Cray really forcing that count up, and Tamba will walk. So works the count into walking as the leadoff batsman for Quincy Longpants, who bunts it into foul territory for the first pitch. Swings again. That's going to be foul, just drifting into foul territory on the right side of the first base line. An attempt to steal, but it looks like, again, Longpants does not make good contact, and he will fly out to Pickles Dillhofer. So with 1 out, here is Loud Juice Kendrick, who's 0 for 3 today. Hits it right to Goodbar. 2 Lice. Cray Cray up and sit down to end the inning. Well, the fielding for the Brown Trousers are giving the Debonairs fits, I must say. Willie Pregnant taking the plate for the bottom of the 8th, the bottom 3 in the order. Pregnant's going to be on with his first hit of the game. That's a single to left field. Ted Wingner gets in front of it, and that is hit number 32 for Mr. Pregnant. Bring us to Mickey Lice, who struck out twice today. A good time to not strike out, I must say, as of course the Fancy Dan brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. Singles that one. It takes a big hop off the bag and goes right into the glove of Chud Tater. So it's a single with no outs. 2 runners on. Vip Cray Cray is going to come out, and in comes Truss Grundleson as a pinch hitter. Big swing on that one. Grundleson, 1 home run, 6 RBIs, batting .306. That's going to go right to the fair. Oh, it's going to be to a diving Loud Juice Kendrick for out number 1. It does move runners. It does move runners to second and third with 1 out. And in a game where it is scoreless, this could potentially be the difference maker. Hogue Wilson with a single to bring home the opening run of this game. An RBI single from Hog Wilson. That's number 19 from him. It is 1-0 with the bottom of the 8th for the Brown Trousers, with Greep Barlow, who's had a single in his last at-bat, 2-0 the count. Red Anger just threw pitch number 71. 72 is fouled out for strike 1. You get the feeling that this could be a difference maker. Attempt for the fancy Danny. Outruns it for the fielder's choice. It's 2-0, as that will be Mickey Lice scoring from third. So a fielder's choice does make this 2-0. An attempt to steal. And they're going to pick him off at second, trying to steal. Greep Barlow is caught to end the inning. But a 2-0 game into the top of the 9th. Head Wingner, as Poonsley Fair will be fielding, and Gravy Train will be pitching, going for the save.
Right.
Big swing at strike 2. That one is outside. Gravy Train has 7 saves on his record. Gets him striking out looking. Strikeout number 14 for Gravy Train. And it brings us to Chud Tater. 1 away, 2 outs away from a very big win for the Brown Trousers. Tater strikes out looking. Gravy Train, another strikeout. That's number 15 for him. His ERA is 2.10. He's only pitched 25 and 2/3 innings this season across 19 different games. A whip of 101. His actual record is 0-1, but again, the closing pitches don't really happen. Steakhouse is going to ground it right to Poonsley Fair. Thrown to Goodbar. A shutout victory for the Brown Trousers. Well, if you like good pitching, then that is the game for you, my good dear listeners. What a game. The New Ohio Debonairs shut out, and the final score being the New Ohio Debonairs 0 runs from 6 hits. The Philadelphia Brown Trousers 2 runs from 6 hits. What a great game that was. Outstanding. The Brown Trousers move up to 22 and 19. The Debonairs drop to 28 and 13. So that will put Philadelphia 6 games behind New Ohio and back in a tie with Pittsburgh in second place at the moment. Of course, they are still to play later. Than Pittsburgh Presbyterians take on the New York Haberdashers later. But, of course, getting the win today is Vip Cray Cray. Vip Cray Cray getting the win. Of course, Moose Marsage doing 6 innings of strong work, getting 5 strikeouts. Vip Cray Cray gets the win, improves his record to 2-0. Gravy Train gets save number 8 for him on the season, and Red Anger suffers a loss. That puts him at 3-3, if I recall correctly. Look at my statistics sheet. Yes, 3-3 for Red Anger. But of course, that is how that goes. And well, would you not be surprised if you saw that? There are your finest dandies of the day, brought to you by the Honey Wheat Tobacco Company. Fresh hand-rolled cigarettes grown in the fabled tobacco roads of the Carolinas. They're good to be smoked at any time, whether you are at home, at work, at the office, at the doctor's office, or just enjoying a good time at the ballpark. Any time's a good time for a honey wheat cigarette. The third finest dandy of the day is Dudley Zooncastle for the Debonairs, going 2 for 3 with a double. Red Anger gets the second finest dandy of the day awards by giving up 2 earned runs, however, for striking out 4 and going 8 innings pitched. But the finest dandy of the day, getting 5 strikeouts in 6 innings pitched and not allowing a single run, is Moose Marsage. So bully to him, Moose Marsage. He gets a complimentary carton of honey wheat cigarettes, and he is the finest dandy of the day, brought to you by the Honey Wheat Tobacco Company, who humbly request that you smoke wheat every day. That will do it for our game today. Again, the final score, 2-0 in favor of the Brown Trousers. The Philadelphia Brown Trousers scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. An RBI single from Hogue Wilson and a sacrifice fielder's choice from Greep Barlow to get the 2-0 win over the league leading New Ohio Debonairs. They take the field again tomorrow for the final game of this series. And in that, it will be two very strong second-in-line pitchers taking the mound in both Aubrey Bona for the Debonairs, taking on Jeffety Rimps. I think as far as statistics go, those would be your aces, even though obviously we'll be seeing it's Moose Masic and Red Anger. And I think today's game would not tell you otherwise. However, as far as the best performing pitchers in the Continental League on these two teams, that's going to be tomorrow, Aubrey Bona versus Jeffety Rimps. So that'll be a good one to watch. We'll, of course, be bringing you the action here on Radio WIP, the Sounds of Philadelphia. I am Mutton Curtis. I leave you back to the Sounds of Philadelphia in the wonderful 4th of July Independence Day music. I wish you a good rest of the day. Keep your head high and your trousers brown.